Fulani people are brainwashed to think all of Nigeria belongs to them. Professor Akintoye. Popular Yoruba historian Professor Akintoye has explained why he is in the struggle for the actualization of the independence of the Yoruba nation. Akintoye, who is the leader of Ilana Omodua umbrella body for the Yoruba self-determination group, said his struggles for the actualization of Oduduwa nation was necessitated by the need to save his people from their suffering. Akintoye, who was a senator in the Second Republic, stated this in a virtual meeting with Dele Momodu's Ovation Media on Wednesday night. He spoke of how headsmen were not violent in years past. He said the headsmen were not violent neither were they destructive, but the ones that have been sent since 2014 have been deliberately indoctrinated and empowered to go and hurt people as servants of a philosophy that says that we are Fulani, Allah has given us Nigeria and all of Nigeria, and it is our duty to drive people off their land and take their land. That's what we've been having. People call them herdsmen, but when I came and found people in our very meetings talking endlessly about the menace, I concluded we needed to find out what's happening. We researched the crisis. I wrote a paper, I think 36 pages. I went all over Nigeria trying to understand, and then I went to countries in West Africa, inside and outside Nigeria. I spoke to Fulani folks in places like Yewa, and I spoke to Fulani folks in Upper Senegal and the Gambia in West Africa. Some eminent persons among the Fulani political elites decided that the terrible situation amongst the Fulani was an opportunity to unleash them as warriors against the rest of Nigeria, so they were heavily indoctrinated to believe that God has given Nigeria to the Fulani, that all the Fulani need to do was to seize the land by force, and that is what we are expecting. All right. Again, with the stereotype of, with the stereotype of what Fulanis are like in terms of education and stuff, is not necessarily good. So again, to Nigerians, this view by Professor Akintoye might not necessarily be far-fetched, and I guess in some ways as Nigerians, this sort of explain why, in the general scheme of things, the alliance with the North in terms of facing certain national issues is never there. I mean, they don't even defend themselves or talk about what's going on when they're violated and all that. But then we sort of just automatically just do it for them. So again, I guess if the mentality, again, I'm not saying that again every person in the North or Fulanis they actually think like this. However, if this is sort of the general view of what they have in terms of owning Nigeria, thinking it belongs to them, and of course, it would, in the minds of Southern Nigerians, put a seed where it's just like, do you all even respect us? And again, this is why people will still call for self-determination. Let's look at what the comment here say. With minimal level of education in the 18th century, Usman Dan Fodio lost the battle, and they think they can win highly educated Nigerians of today. Gideon Gwaza Orca on my mind, okay? God bless you, sir. It's very good that most of our leaders are now speaking up from their slumber. The Northerners didn't want the Southerners to have one voice. Again, it's education. Where education is not as rampant. Again, not education in terms of having a degree. However, being able to think for yourself and understand that not every information is good information, that you're going to have to filter and ask questions. So again, someone can't just tell you something and you just go with the flow just because it doesn't make sense. So again, I think this is an issue as to why there's just unnecessary / stupid hate, because again, it's not justified. It's literally bred out of fear and anxiety because you do not know. So again, us preaching certain things to each other about another party does not help situations or matters, because again, if we should interact with the party, with the opposing party in a different situation, then microaggressions, tribalism, they will all jump out, which is not a very cute look. Somebody also says they have already known that the police, Lagos will be under attack anytime soon, and the devilish plan to create division amongst these peace-loving tribes. They said IPOB is planning to attack Lagos when they know who the true attackers will be. but do you know who the true attackers will be? But then again, it's just like, if this is again, it's a general thing, and again, why I'm not necessarily having strong counter opinions to what Professor Akintoye has said is because it is very, again, your actions will prove. Their actions are proving what Professor is saying, in terms of they actually believe this mentality that Nigeria belongs to them, and of course they're instructed by God, and God approves that they should take over, which does not make sense. So yeah, I don't, if, please. Someone says, without indigenous Nigerian people controlling their destiny via true federalism of self-determination, they can never fulfill their destiny. Exactly, the Fulani North has, for more than 50 years, stolen the wealth of South in the name of Nigeria. Well, technically, when Nigeria was made, the Southern and Northern Protectorate put together by Lord Lugard was purely for, revenue, basically. It was basically for that. And what had happened was, we when our foundation as Nigerians is literally built, first of all, on terrorism. um I'm talking about Nigeria, not us as Africans, as Nigerians, in terms of the forming of the country, colonialism. It's also built on so many other things as well, but in terms of profit, revenue, and also transferring of funds from the south to the north, those were part of the reasons as to why Nigeria should be a one state, because again, cost to be low, but then the south made so much, GDP was high, productivity was high, that it was just a good idea, because at the time British colonies were like, you know what, or what, the British being a colonizer, they just decided that we're not going to pay for the welfare. We're not going to pay for the welfare of our colonies, and that was what they resorted to. Someone says, what a moronic speculation. Let's join hands and destroy the contraption and bundle those terrorists and terrorist apologists back to Futa Jalon. Right, I don't even know where that is. Someone says, we are the light and future of Africa, Yoruba nation now. You know what? I think it's better. I think it just gives specifics um on who is who and how we can actually have full self-expression. Again, it does not mean that we'll be the most clean, less corrupt country in the world. However, it's a step in the direction to owning our land, owning our resources, and having full autonomy of what we want. Someone says, fear to the person who wants these teeth, and the person puts a picture of Tinubu's teeth under. Well, this comment got a lot of likes. It's actually very funny. Oh yeah. So again, this is what it is. Do you think that the general view that Fulanis have of Nigeria is that Nigeria belongs to them? Put what I think, and don't forget to like and subscribe.